Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital. Sidwell's sinister setup frames Sonny for shooting. Shocking betrayal? So, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, Sonny, and Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, are all worried about Michael going down for Drew Kane Quartermain's, Cameron Matheson, shooting because Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, needs to prove Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, is innocent. Part of a defense is to give an alternate suspect. And Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, is worried it's going to be Michael, which Alexis pretty much confirmed while they were talking. Drew is only going to let Alexis and the Davis family continue to see Scout Kane, Cosette Abinante, if Alexis does a great job defending Willow. Michael's desperate cover-up for Drew's shooting. Right now, it looks like Michael planted the gun to frame Willow. If so, Alexis needs to prove that. But circumstantially it looks accurate. Proving that frame job could also prove that Michael shot Drew in terms of circumstantial evidence. The big question for me is if Michael did plant the gun, how did he know which gun from Edward's collection was used? Michael told Jacinda he didn't shoot Drew, but if he didn't, how did he know which gun to plant in Willow's room? That's the missing piece for me. Otherwise, the real shooter knew which gun it was, obviously. And then Michael just happened to be over there to offer Willow the chance to see the kids and somehow hope she would go down for the crime. There are just these loose ends about if Michael's not the shooter, how would he know what gun to plant? And did he actually plant it? He's acting like he did. So, that's kind of a missing link question for me. But in the end, I don't think either Willow or Michael actually shot Drew. I think it was somebody else. Somebody like Sidwell. Maybe the same way he killed the judge. I think he's playing a long plan to take down Sonny. Honestly, it's just kind of slow riding at this point. General Hospital. Michael worries. Either way, Michael's worried because he doesn't have an alibi. He did go over there with the intent to do something to Drew. Then Michael changed his mind and paid Jacinda, the soon-to-be ex-hooker, to fake his alibi. So, Michael is working overtime and he is trying to strengthen that fake alibi by reforming Jacinda, giving her a real job, and pretending that she and Michael are in a relationship. Jacinda even said it makes her wonder if Michael really did shoot Drew. Now, Jacinda, after talking to him, seems to believe that Michael's innocent. And she's willing to go along with his plan and take the job, especially since Jacinda was asking about health insurance because apparently, prostitutes don't usually get medical and dental coverage. Sidwell's master plan. Framing Sonny for a lifetime in prison. While Michael is working to secure that alibi, things may take a shocking turn and Sonny may be implicated instead of Michael. The Teflon Don of Port Charles could become the lead suspect and wind up in Pentonville, accused of trying to kill Drew. Recently, Marco was raging to his dad, Sidwell, and saying that Sonny needs to pay for his mom, Natalia, Eva LaRue's death. Now, she drank and drugged herself to death. But Marco fully blames Sonny for it. Sidwell then told Marco that very soon Sonny would be out of their way once and for all. But I don't think Sidwell is going to kill Sonny, even though he said it's tempting. And by saying it's tempting, that means to me that Sidwell considered it and then discarded the idea. I still think Sidwell blew up Sonny's penthouse. Since that didn't work, he has moved on to other ideas. So, I think Sidwell might be setting Sonny up for prison, possibly for the murder of Judge Heron. And also for Drew's shooting. If Sidwell can frame Sonny for murder and attempted murder of a sitting congressman, well, that should put him away for life. Get him out of the way. Then he won't be a problem for Sidwell ever again. He can get control of Sonny's peers and use those for all his nefarious business needs. So, just based on Sidwell's chat with Marco, that's what I expect to see in November Sweeps, which kicks off on Thursday, October 30th. Blindsided. Why Sonny won't see Sidwell's devious frame job coming. Meanwhile, Sonny is hyper-focused on protecting Michael, so he may not see Sidwell coming for him to set him up. And of course, Sonny knows Sidwell is a threat, even though he claims he wants to put all their misunderstandings behind them, but he may be misreading what kind of threat that he is. Sonny thinks both Sidwell and Marco are up to something, but I don't think Sonny suspects Sidwell would frame him and send him to prison for Drew's shooting. I think Sonny's expecting Sidwell to just straight up try and kill him. So, Sonny should be blindsided. So will his family if it goes this way. Escalating feud. Kidnapping and arson fuel Sidwell's revenge plot. One reason that Sidwell would also like to see Sonny in jail instead of dead is because he kidnapped Marco. And yeah, it's true. Sidwell burned down Christina's bar, but she wasn't even supposed to be there. Nobody was. And if she wasn't so dumb, she would have walked out safely on her own. Remember, there was no fire by the front door, but she stood there staring until it spread to the front door. And then the back door was still clear with no fire. And Christina stood there staring at that instead of running. It was some of the worst shot stuff. Basically, she was standing there intentionally about to let herself burn to death on General Hospital. But then Marco ran in and rescued her. And as repayment for that good deed, Sonny kidnapped Marco to punish Sidwell rather than being grateful that Marco's not evil like his dad. Basically, Sidwell sees it that Sonny escalated by kidnapping and holding Marco prisoner. So, he may think Sonny needs to be in its fair share of betrayals, but the storm brewing now might just be the most devastating one yet. In a chilling twist, whispers around the dock suggest that someone new, or maybe someone hiding in plain sight, has just set a dangerous trap for Sonny Corinthos. And the mastermind behind it? A man by the name of Sidwell, whose rise from the shadows could turn the entire Corinthos world upside down. The calm before the storm. Sonny, Maurice Bernard, has been struggling to hold his empire together ever since the feds began closing in. The once untouchable mob boss has found himself surrounded by betrayal. From family, lovers, and old allies. Now, just as he begins piecing together who he can trust, disaster strikes. It starts with a deal gone wrong at the docks. Jason, Steve Burton, warns Sonny that the shipment scheduled for that night smells like a setup. But Sonny, desperate to re-establish control after months of chaos, refuses to back down. "We don't show weakness," he tells Jason. "Not now. Not ever." But what Sonny doesn't realize is that someone's already 2 steps ahead of him. Enter Sidwell, the shadow in the dark. Sidwell, the enigmatic new figure rumored to have connections in both the FBI and Port Charles's criminal underworld, has been quietly moving pieces behind the scenes. No one really knows where he came from, but his fingerprints are everywhere. From the recent takedown of one of Sonny's money launderers to the anonymous leaks that landed Jaggercates in hot water. Some claim Sidwell once worked with Jack Brennan. Others whisper he was part of an intelligence unit dismantled years ago. But one thing's for sure, Sidwell knows Sonny's operation inside and out. When gunfire erupts on the docks, chaos ensues. Sonny dives for cover as Jason returns fire. In the aftermath, the police arrive, led by Dante, Dominic Zamprogna, who's horrified to see his father's hands covered in blood. A man lies dead nearby, and the murder weapon? It's found in Sonny's car. A perfect frame job. From the moment Dante finds the weapon, things spiral fast. Forensics comes back clean. Too clean. The gun is registered under a fake name but bears Sonny's prints. The security cameras mysteriously malfunctioned, but one shaky cell phone video surfaces online showing Sonny pointing his gun moments before the fatal shot. Sonny swears he was set up, but the evidence says otherwise. Even Jason can't explain how everything lined up so perfectly against him. "This wasn't luck," Jason mutters grimly. "This was planned. Someone knew exactly what they were doing." Meanwhile, Anna, Finola Hughes, begins piecing together a disturbing pattern. Every lead she follows on Sidwell vanishes into thin air. Wiped records, altered emails, fake identities. The deeper she digs, the more she realizes that someone is manipulating law enforcement from the inside. And then comes the real kicker, a mysterious call to the PCPD's anonymous tip line, providing proof that Sonny ordered the hit. The voice? Digitally altered. The caller? Untraceable. Dante's anguish and Carly's fury. The fallout hits Dante the hardest. Torn between his badge and his blood, he tries to hold back as his colleagues close in on his father. He knows Sonny's no saint, but a killer in cold blood? That's not who his father is. Not this time. Carly, Laura Wright, storms into the police station like a hurricane, demanding answers. "You think Sonny's behind this? You're out of your minds. Someone wants him destroyed, and you're helping them do it," she screams, slamming her fists against the counter. But this isn't just another arrest. The press has already gotten wind of the story, thanks to a leak from an unknown source. Reporters swarm outside the PCPD, painting Sonny as a fallen kingpin finally facing his reckoning. Jason tries to keep Carly calm, but his own suspicions are growing. "This isn't random," he says quietly. Sidwell wanted this to happen. He wanted Sonny out of the picture, and he's making sure it sticks. The betrayal nobody saw coming.
As the Corinthos clan reels, one shocking revelation threatens to destroy them from within.
Evidence begins to point to someone close. Too close. Surveillance footage from the docks reveals that someone tipped off the shooter's location, using a burner phone that traces back to someone on Sonny's payroll. Christina, Kate Monsey, is devastated when she overhears Alexis, Nancy Lee Grahn, and Sam, Kelly Monaco, discussing the possibility that someone in Sonny's own family might have unintentionally helped set the stage for the setup. Could it be Michael, still harboring resentment over Sonny's past actions? Or could Dex, Evan Hofer, now under mysterious pressure from his new boss, have been manipulated into feeding intel to the wrong person?